are listening to the Pathfinder Guru podcast, where we help you to become a greater leader. Join us as we take the Advent message to all the world in our generation. So, are you ready to become a guru in this ministry?
Attention. Welcome to the Pathfinder Guru podcast, and thank you very much for joining us. I hope that you're doing well and you are keeping strong and pushing the ministry of God. I'm so excited, so happy that you are here with us, joining us on the Pathfinder Guru podcast. That introduction felt way good. Well, today I want us to talk about change without understanding is a dangerous thing. Now, we are coming to an end of the year and we are having a lot of changes happening in churches, whereby the elections are coming in, or whatever the case may be, terms are coming to an end, other people are leaving positions. This is where things get really tricky, when now we are having a new director the following year, and a lot of things are going to become hectic. Now, presuming that you are going to be elected, or there is a new director that is coming, or you are going to become a teacher that is teaching the program or the curriculum, you need to keep some few things in mind. And the things that you need to understand is that change is very much good, but change that is implemented to people that do not understand is a very dangerous thing. I know in some few podcasts, I touched on how you as a new leader and how you can implement new things. But now I want to talk about change. To be in detail, direct, and dive into this thing called change. You know, in a workplace, when you are merging two companies together, we have what we call change managers who come to talk to employees about the change that is about to happen within the organization. What that happens, it assists everyone who is within the organization to adapt to change easy. And if we are able to apply certain things like that within the ministry, things will become much more easier for us, because we will have people that understand the change that is about to come and how we have to deal with it. Whether it's change in the leaders of the whole church, or just change in the Pathfinder ministry, whether it's the new director, new counselors, and everything that has to do with that. We need to make our children understand. We need to make leaders in the church understand, so that it is easy for everyone to go in the following year with proper change, proper understanding of the change, and it makes it easy. Parents are able to trust the new leader. Parents are able to understand that the mission has not changed, just the leaders who are responsible of the mission have changed. The first thing that we need to understand is that we need to make people understand the change. Now, when we say we are changing something, we need to make people understand the specific change that is happening. Because if we do not make them understand about that particular change, you would find out that people are frustrated, or people are worried about something that is not directly connected to the change. But once people understand what exactly is changing within the ministry, it becomes much more easy. Whether it's a reshuffling of teachers, whether it's a new director that is coming, it needs to be understood. Whether you are an outgoing director and you having a new director coming in within the ministry, you need to make it clear what change is happening within the club. When you do so, parents will become at ease understanding that no, there is a change that is coming, and what particular type of change is happening. And once they understand that, then you move to the next stage. Where do they fit in the change? They need to know. Because if you are in a new Pathfinder club, a club that is new to the church, meaning that the church has never heard a Pathfinder club before, you need to make people understand the change that is about to happen, which is the first one that you talk about. And the second one is that where do they fit in? Because if parents understand where do they fit in when you are talking about adventurer progressive classes, you need to make them understand that living with an adventurer is a lifestyle, meaning that they need to be part of each and everything which they do. You are able to make them understand where do they fit in as parents so that they may be important and feel that I am here because I am serving a particular purpose within this change. And once that thing happens, things become much more easier for you to maneuver and do things within the ministry because everyone understands, where do I fit in as an elder? Where do I fit in as a parent? Where do I fit in as the community? Where do I fit in as a normal church member who's not directly connected to the ministry? Where do I fit in? Because once people know where they fit in, they will be able to help you much more easier because they understand where they fit in. Now, people understand the change. They understand where do they fit in. Then what? Then now you need to help them see the end product of the change. Sometimes we talk about, we are going to change this. This is where you fit in. But what is the end product? Because people need to understand what is the end product. When we are starting a Pathfinder ministry in this particular church, yes, we understand the change that is going to happen. We understand where we fit in as parents or as leaders of the church. But now, what is the end product? What are we benefiting from this change? Because once they understand where do they fit in within the change, it is now easy for them to put themselves there. But once they are there, what is the end product? What is the end? What is the goal of this thing? The end product is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our children will be safe under the shadow of God's wings. They'll become closer to God. They'll be like other children within our World Pathfindering Club. You need to make them understand the end product, because if you don't make them understand the end product, they may be useful, but they will end up giving up along the way because they do not understand the goal at hand. Because when things get tough, people need to understand, why are they doing this? What is the end product of what we are doing as a ministry, as a church? Why are we investing our money into this particular club? And once they understand, it becomes much more easy for you to help them, to enable them to understand the end goal of it. And when that is easy, when you have understood, when you have taught them the change, when you have taught them where they fit in and the end product of it all, change is now possible. Change is now possible because you have made people to understand that the path that we are going to, it is not an easy one. But here's why we are taking this path. And this is where you fit in within this path. And once you've already been fitted in to that path, this is the end product of it all. And this will work because people are now understanding what you're doing and where you're going. Trust, change is possible. But once we put steps in place to make people understand the change, change becomes a beautiful thing. But when we just change and people are not understanding, chaos will happen. When we serve God diligently, smartly, prayerfully, and with the steps that I've shared with you today, change is possible. You are dismissed.